Good morning, everyone. Hope you're having a wonderful morning. It is so cold and gloomy. I just thought, I'm going to just stay in bed today because I don't want to go outside. I know. I hate the cold, except if I'm skiing. Believe me, I'm going to be out there. I love to ski. So it's been a long minute. I know. It's been a long minute. 2025 has been seriously the most cuckoo start ever. Well, I turned 50, which I love. I'm okay with 50. Everybody's like, oh my God, how are you just telling everybody your age? Like, what do I care? Can I pass for a 20, 30-year-old? No, I'm probably good in like my mid 40s maybe, but what do I care? Who cares? I'm 50. I love it. I'm embracing it. I'm healthy, happy, and that's all that really matters, right? People are just so consumed over this age thing. We're all aging. We're all getting wrinkles, and stuff like that. We're all of us are gonna go through menopause. I mean, it sucks. But another video. Let's see. So 2025. It was rough. Rough. I feel like we're finally rounded the corner where everything's getting better. So we decided to take my middle son's iPad away from him. So basically taking away your teenager cell phone. How do you think that would go, right? Well, my severely autistic kid, limited speech, definitely cognitive delay. So even though he's 20, he's not mentally 20. We did it in support with the neurologist, his doctor, the behavioral company support. Everybody was all in. Let's do this. It needs to be done, because he was so obsessive over this iPad. I mean, he was showering and he would put it on the counter and he'd be like looking at the videos while he was showering. It was just obsessive, and he was having behavioral issues, and it was just so bad. So everybody's like, you need to cut the cord. So we did. And so everybody told us it was going to be like removing heroin from an addict. And it 100% was. 100%. The violence was like insane. My amazing, goofy, happy-go-lucky kid turned into this violent maniac. He shattered my front door. We have double doors with glass, and he shattered one of them. He broke our slider. He put holes in the walls. We have a hallway with a door. He totally broke the door jamb. I don't even know if any of this if that could be fixed or not. Our patio door, I don't even know if we have to get a completely new one, or I don't know. We replaced the front door glass because that was a safety issue, but everything else we kind of left because we didn't know how long his episodes of violence were going to last, and they lasted about 4 months straight. He wasn't able to go to school for a couple weeks, and then he'd have to miss days here and there because he was just so violent. We couldn't even get him out of the house. We had to barricade ourselves in the house, so we pushed our sofa in front of our front door, our dining room table in front of the patio doors, just to prevent him from escaping and trying to shatter those glass doors themselves. It was really hard. I just was crying 24/7. I was praying to Mary all the time. I was like, please help me with my son. I mean, the prayers were just nonstop, and crying just nonstop. We had to buy those football pads, to prevent him from just hitting on us. And, oh my God, it was so chaotic. I mean, when I talk about special needs families being dysfunctional, this is the shit I'm talking about. It is so dysfunctional. And that's why it's so mind-blowing when we have someone finally speaking about autism, like RFK Jr., President Trump. They're the only ones who are speaking about autism, keeping it in the news, telling our stories. about how our kids' lives have been ruined and destroyed by this. Like, absolutely destroyed. I don't know who's in favor of autism, because I'm not. I would never wish this on anyone's child or family. This is horrendous experience. My poor son will never marry, never have kids, never be in a relationship, never have a job, never pay taxes. We all pay taxes, right? He'll never pay taxes. I know that was like a huge thing that RFK said, and everybody's like blowing up. Like, who the F cares? My kid is disabled for the rest of his life. And it was done like on purpose for big pharma profits. And it just sucks ass that, you know, this is our lives. And my son's life was basically ruined for what? For dollars, for profit. So that's how 2025 started. It was so bad. It was so bad. But we've rounded that hump. With, like I said, the support of the neurologist, his primary care doctor, behavioral therapist, the school. I feel like he's finally round that corner. He's accepted the fact he'll never have his iPad back. Oh, he'll never have it back. There's no way. It was like a drug addiction. So yeah, it was like removing drugs from your like kid. It was so bad, but there's no rehab. Like, rehab is at your home. I mean, there was nowhere to take him. So it was just awful. So that was 2025, and that's why because usually I make like a Mother's Day video, usually I do all this stuff, and I just couldn't. I was just like numb. I was just like in PTSD, like, okay, what's today going to be like? What is he going to throw at us today? What punches is he literally going to throw at us today? Can we get him to school today? Can we get him dressed? Like, I mean, just that stuff alone was just pouring through my head, like every day as soon as we wake up. And then, you know, he doesn't sleep. So we were up like sometimes 24 hours, 48 hours dealing with the violence. So praise God, you know, so many prayers, and I feel like we've finally rounded that corner, and he's doing amazingly well. I feel like we can breathe. He's right now watching Toy Story, totally happy, raising the volume. You'll hear the volume. That's his favorite thing to do. So yeah, that, but so I feel like behaviors are under control. Everybody's like, yeah, we have Zachary back, and I totally feel it now. I could say 5 months later, we could feel Zachary's back. So within that stuff, I could feel myself getting into like depression. You know, your son is like, your child is like broken. He's in like mental pain, and he's hurting so bad, and your heart just hurts for him, and you're just like, you want to give him the iPad. Like, we had to have the behavioral company take away the iPad from us because we were so scared that we were going to be so weak and give it back to him, and that would just ruin the whole process. So with that, I was just like, I could feel it, you know, and I'm not usually a depressed person. I'm always super happy and all that stuff, but like when your child is like broken, you feel broken, and it was really hard. So I totally turned into like working out like crazy. I already did Pilates 6 days a week, so I was doing 6 classes a week, and then I upped it to like 9 classes a week, 6 days a week, and so I just needed that mental break and to get away from everything that was happening in the house. And so, yeah, it's crazy. I know. I was so sore. I was hurting. Like, I was hurting mentally for my kid, and I was hurting physically from all the Pilates I was doing. But, I mean, I feel great. I really do. With gaining muscle, the numbers on the scale go up. So that was kind of crazy for me. I was like, oh my God, you know, and you just feel like, but you feel good. I feel great. I feel like my arms are like toned and stuff like that. And, you know, my butt, I have like this really nice butt, and I just love it. I just don't like looking at the scale. It freaks me out because I'm like, what is going on, but it's all muscle. I am seeing a registered dietitian just to make sure that I'm doing everything I can to be physically fit and healthy, since, you know, I have to care for my youngest son also has autism, so I have 2 kids with autism that I have to take care of, and I also want to be fun, loving, involved grandma whenever that happens. And so I have to make sure I'm physically fit and taken care of. So I started seeing a registered dietitian just to say, like, hey, am I doing the right things? Is there something I'm not doing right? And so right away, you know, with turning 50, hitting menopause, she said, you know, you definitely need to increase your protein. So I have been doing that. With being on keto, you know, it's all about protein, veggies, and fruits. But she said, you know, the older you get, you got to increase the protein. So that's what I'm doing. And so, yeah, it's a lot of shit thrown at me. You know, 50, you know, my special needs kiddo, like, losing his shit. Now is better. My oldest left for England to study abroad, and my oldest and I are extremely close. So a lot of things were happening to me, and my baby is a senior. And so it was a lot of emotional stuff. You know, I could have easily gone off the deep end and, you know, stuffed myself with food, which would have been so nice to do. But I just, like, thought, do I want to mess up, like, everything I've worked so hard for, everything I've done? No, I don't want to go that route. You know, I feel myself going into depression and anxiety and, like, just overall being overwhelmed by my special needs kid and what he's going through. And I'm like, I could totally just start eating Cheez-Its and chips and licorice and all the stuff I used to eat all the time when I was stressed out. But I thought, you know what? You're paying a lot for Pilates. Why not amp it up and keep your mind distracted? So that's exactly what I did. I kept my mind distracted, you know, kept my mindset on prayers, working out, you know, really getting closer to, like, my husband, my oldest, FaceTime, thank God, and spending a lot of time with my youngest. So really just honing in on the family so that we could all support each other and come together, because this autism shit it'll kill you. It'll absolutely break you and kill you, give you a heart attack, give you all sorts of, like, ailments in your body, and just hurt you mentally and physically. But it's all about, like, how you want to come out on the other side. Do I want to come out, like, with antidepressants? No. Do I want to come out, you know, just gained all this unnecessary weight after I worked so hard? No. You know, do I want to, like, get angry at my husband and my other kids because I'm so stressed out? No. You know, I want to strengthen those relationships so that when we're all home, we all support each other, we all lean on each other. We all know that this is something that is just a moment in time, and that this too shall pass. This is not forever. And that's how we came together and kind of overcame this stuff. So, but, whoo, my gosh, I feel like I've been worn back, but everything's good. I have great friends for Mother's Day. I just hung out with my girlfriends, which is exactly what I needed, because I do not want to hang out with my kids on Mother's Day. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I do not want to see them. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I spend 24 hours with them. After I pick up my kid from school, I'm in therapy till about, like, 6 p.m. You know, I'm just, like, I spend a lot of time with the kids. So on Mother's Day, that's my day to, like, just, you guys do you, and Mommy's going to go hang out with the girls. So, whew, that's where I've been all this time, is just, like, yeah, dealing with so much stuff. So yes, what you see on Instagram and Facebook, everybody's perfect and happy, but behind the doors, Woo, this autism shit is a struggle. Struggle. But overcoming it and how you want to overcome it is the key to everything. It's your choice. I make choices, and I feel like I made really amazing choices, and I've come out the other side for the better. So summer's coming. I hope to show off like my ripped abs and my arms that I'm working on, so I don't have those flabby arms. But all right, Zachary's getting cuckoo, so I better go check on him. All right, I love you guys. Thanks so much for checking in. I really appreciate it. I know a lot of you guys have known that I've been struggling for these last 5 months, so I really appreciate the love and support. And I'm not going to say I'm making more videos, because every time I say that, I never do. All right, have a great day. Bye.